We are now in October, so of course it's time to do the monthly roundup video where I talk about the best releases I personally heard in the past month. I like doing the series, I like highlighting the best of the best, and it also gives me a slight opportunity to shine a light on something I might not have reviewed because I didn't necessarily have time to talk about it, but it definitely was a highlight of the month and should be on your radar because it's very good, which means I'm going to start with Mammal Hands. Definitely one of the best jazz releases I've heard in 2020, not been listening to a huge amount of jazz, I must admit, this year. I know there's been some really good releases, but there's been some ones that I've checked out and not really had a huge amount to say, not really had a huge amount of love for, so there wasn't really much point to do a full video on them anyway. But Mammal Hands have definitely impressed me here with this album. We really want to check out some of their earlier stuff too, because they've been around for quite a few years now. It doesn't look like many people are talking about them. Just such a smooth listen, it absolutely flies by as well, just really, really lovely on the ears. Definitely an album you need to be checking out. Again, didn't have a huge amount to say about it in a full review, didn't have that much time to talk about it anyway. But bringing it up in this video hopefully will shine a light on it. Definitely want you to check this out, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. Next I want to mention Tori Ana, which is a very, very upbeat and frantic listen, very much in the realms of like hardcore breaks, even some chiptune vocals as well. This artist is from Japan, apparently has a very good discography as well that I haven't actually laid my ears on yet, so there could be some great releases that she's put out in previous years I don't even know about yet. But for now, this album here, Pure Fire, is very much bloody pure fire. It really is, as obvious as it sounds to say that. Jesus Christ, these tracks will blow your head off. The vocals are bizarre. Everything about it just is energetic from start to finish. If any of you checked out the SCJ album that I loved from last year, that I put on my year-end list, check this out as well, because it certainly would appeal to you if you're a fan of that. Next we have Conway, one of the hardest rappers, hard as nails rappers around at the moment right now. His mixtape series has been very impressive in my opinion, especially Everybody Is Food. He's very much always been indebted to that very grimy, murky, dirty, hardcore hip-hop aesthetic from the 90s. He's really bringing it to the 2010s and 2020s with his music. He's always been an artist that just is cold as blood with his delivery and the beats he raps over. I've always thought he was easily the best member of Griselda because I feel as though he just sells his words better than anyone else on that label, in my opinion. And this new album here, I think, has kind of proven and cemented himself as the best, because I think this is his best album so far, and not really much comes close to this album from many of the other members on Griselda, in my opinion. Showing versatility, showing a more emotional side to him as well with some of these tracks. It just kind of offered something slightly different while also being very much in the same realms of what he's done in the past too. He's not completely changed things up, but he's changed up a few little things here and there just to throw in a bit of diversity and keeping it a bit more original this time around, and I think it worked massively in his favour. One of the most consistent bands in metal music next, Deftones. They've always had a really interesting atmosphere with the way they conjure up their music. Really, really interesting aesthetic, I think, with the shoegazy tones to a lot of their tracks, while also the heaviness of their songs too. Look, I've seen some naysayers for this one saying it's one of their worst, or it's very derivative of what they've done before. But I actually just think it's doing what they've done in the past to a really strong level. I can't really argue with this. If you're a fan of their older stuff, then you should probably like this one too, right? If you're a fan of their newer stuff, surely you'd like this one as well. It just feels like it's offering what they've done best for years, and I can't really complain too much about it. They're definitely one of my favourite bands in the metal world, to be honest. I don't really touch on much metal really these days, but I should do it more because albums like this really do blow me away, and Deftones are just one of a kind, I think, in the music, the world of music, honestly, in the world of metal, the world of whatever, just anything. I just find them to be one of a kind. Chino's vocals are like no other. God damn, these hooks on here as well, the choruses, and just life affirming every goddamn time. Now we're at the album of the month for September. Some of you may already have figured this out because if you watched that review, you will know that it's one of the few 9 out of 10s I've given in 2020. Don't give out 9 out of 10s very often, they're rare in my opinion, but give me Monaco, a completely unknown artist coming out of the UK, somehow provided one of the best musical experiences I've had all year round. I've been repping electronic music all year, but it seems as though the stars aligned with this one. An album that just kind of came out of nowhere, seemingly a very underground, unknown, independent artist just sending me an email. I'm intrigued about the way they describe the album and somehow it just blew me away. This is just so fresh. The production on here sounds professional as hell. Like, this just sounds like a really like studio release on a huge label, on a huge electronic label. It's weird. To me, he just sounds like he's up there with the best of the best already, somehow, on a debut album. I'm just excited to see where he goes from here because this was one hell of a way to kick off your career. What a great album, god damn. It's so good. Tracks like Goose, Satin, the opening track too, just fantastic. Well produced, like progressive-ish house tunes. So bloody good, and I can't get enough of it. I think this is just such a great listen from start to finish. Easily my album of the month, easily one of the best albums I've heard all year as well, so hopefully you check it out based on that. Massive recommendation there, and if you enjoy it as much as I do, please let me know, because I just want to see this album spread. And all of these albums spread, especially Tori Ana too. She's another unknown artist. Would be great to see more people checking these artists out and hopefully enjoy them as much as I do. I'll leave a little thing of songs as well. I don't think there's too many songs this month that have completely blown me away, but I may as well put it there just in case. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know your favourites of September, any ones I might have missed, and yeah, check them all out. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell too so you don't miss any videos, and goodbye.